Hi all, good morning. Hi everyone. Are you able to hear my voice?
Hi, sir.
Sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. From last 3-4 classes onwards, we are seeing our fifth unit topics. Okay. It's totally related to MySQL database. Okay. While we are developing any web pages, if you require to save your data in any way, like database, just you can directly connect to your MySQL database. Okay. Then you can directly save your data within the database. Okay. We see how we can connect with your MySQL database. Okay. Then we did some operations like, okay, we created some databases by using these PHP files. We connected to this database, then we created some databases. Okay. Within that database, we created tables. Okay. Actually, in databases, data is going to store in the form of tables only. It means it has some rows and columns. Okay. Based on the rows and columns only, data is going to store in a table. Okay. For example, like if I want to store student information, directly I can create one table like with the name student. Okay. I can pass some columns within that student table. Okay, like that we did some operations, alter operation. Okay, drop, like update, delete. Okay, then in the today's class, what we are going to see, first we will see this concept. Okay, how you can like work with your PHP arrays. It means that, for example, if you see in your syllabus this concept, working with the PHP and arrays of data. Okay, like what it is. For example, if you observe within this diagram, okay, in the previous class we connected to this database, and I have like inserted some data in a table. Okay, like by using first I created table. Okay, then I inserted some data into this table. Okay, then what I am going to do now, I want to retrieve data from this table, sorry, from this table or from this database. Okay, to retrieve this uh, to retrieve data from this table, what I need to do first? First, I need to connect with your database. Then, whatever the data I have retrieved here, I need to display that to your client or user. Okay, simple example. For example, in the previous cases, what we did, we consider you are going to like get your J into H results. Okay, J&H people, after valuation, what they will do, they will write a code, okay, some PHP code. They will insert your total marks within this database, okay, within this database, okay. Then they will create one more like page, okay, for showing your results, okay. What you will do, you will just like enter into your J&H website. Then if you click on this get results, okay, mm, there you can see one page with your hall ticket number and some date of birth. Okay, then if you click on the submit button, it will give your results. Okay, how that results will retrieve from this database. Okay, that we are going to see today. Okay, what we will do first we will connect with your database. Then I will retrieve the data from this database and I will show whatever the retrieved data here that I need to show to the user. Okay, here I am going to return that page. Okay, a sample just I will show. If you can see here, just I will show what we are going to today. Okay, consider this is your JNTH website. Okay, what JNTH people will do, they will submit marks. Okay, they will save in a database. Okay, if you can see here, this we seen yesterday, right? Okay, they will submit all your marks. Okay, then what they will give on this one page. Okay, result page. Okay, if I click here, okay, this page they will return to the students. Okay, what students will do, they will enter their hall ticket number. Okay, and they may give some other fields also, some data birth. Okay, some captcha. Okay, all you need to enter. Then if you click on this get results, the results will be shown here. Okay, okay, how these results are going to retrieve from the database, that we are going to see today. Okay, here directly it is printing here, right? Okay, how this is going to be done internally. Okay, that uh, actually once you one thing once you retrieve the from here, okay, the data is, we are writing the code here to retrieve the data from the database. Okay, that thing we are showing to the user. Okay, actually to retrieve the data from the table, what is the query you need to write? Okay, I want to retrieve some data from the like one table, student table. Generally, what we will do, we will write one query, right? Select star from student. Okay, that means it will give the total data from the table. Okay, we will see that one. How to connect to your MySQL server from here? Just userize root and password is empty, right? Okay, now you are entered into your database. Okay, we create in the last class we created one database, right? Some EC. Okay, you just select the database. Okay, there you created one table. Okay, if you want to see your previous tables, just show tables, it will show your tables. Okay, there we create a one table student. Okay, if you want to get this student table data, here what query we will write? Select query, right? Okay, just select like star is we will use to get all the data. Start from table name you need to mention here. Here table name is student, right? Student. Okay, this data by using this query we are able to get the data from your table. Okay, see this table I need to show here. Okay, from here, from command prompt, just I am using the select query, the data is directly showing in the output. Okay, here itself it is showing, but using PHP I wanted to show the result to the user. Okay, here like just like a one web page I'm going to show the result. Okay, this to do this thing we need to like uh, go for this working with your arrays of data. Okay, for example, if you write any select query, okay, if you write this select query, how the data is going to retrieve from the database is in the form of in the form of array. Okay, see once I write this statement, okay, this total data is going to retrieve in the form of arrays. Okay, see in the previous classes we learn arrays concept, right? Like arrays means it's a collection of data, related data, okay, which we can store in a single variable, right? Okay, we have three different types of arrays, like indexed array, okay, then like associative array, okay. like multi-dimensional array. These three types of arrays we have concepts we have, right? In the same way, if you write any select query, for example, if I write select star from student, okay, if I write this statement, how the data is going to retrieve from the database is in the form of array. Okay, it is going to retrieve a single, for example, if you observe here, okay, this row, for example, I want to retrieve only single row. Okay, this total thing internally it can treat as an array. Okay, here this column name is the key and row value is the value. In the same way, name is the key, name of the field is the value. Okay, like that internally the data is going to retrieve in the form of array. Okay, that array it may be indexed array or associative array. Okay, see, if I write this statement select star from query, I want to like display the data in the output. Okay, by using these three functions you can display that in the output. Okay, like here the first function is mysql underscore fetch row. Okay, what this function will do, it will takes the data from the select query. Okay, it takes the data from the select query and it will return the data whichever it is retrieved from this query. Okay, if you can see here, okay, see mysql underscore fetch associative array. Here this function means it will take the data in the form of associative array. Associative array means it has some keys and values. Okay, based on the key it has some values. Okay, key value pairs. Okay, here key is the column name, value is the row value. Okay, for example, if I both three functions we use to retrieve the data, to display the data in the output only, but some small difference. If it is a associative array, okay, it has some numeric character or string as a key and value is the specified value. Okay, for example, you can go for this function also, mysql underscore fetch row. Okay, it internally how that the data is going to retrieve in the form of enumerated array or indexed array. Okay, because here the index you will mention in the form of numeric, means some it starts from the 0 1 2 3 like that. Okay, but here name of the column we will mention as a like key. Okay, this one more function mysql underscore fetch array. Okay, it may if you use this function it may take either like index value or else associative type, means you can go for key as either like index like 0 1 2 3, or you can directly go for column values, key as a column values. Just I will show a sample example, then you will get some clear idea. Okay, for example, if you can see here, this is the table. Okay, select star from student means it is giving the total table data. Okay, that I'm going to display in the output. Okay, see, for that what I need to do, see, from here, from this table, I'm retrieving the data and I want to display that in the output. Here I need to give the result. Okay, for that what you need to do, first you need to connect with your database. Okay, then select that database where your table is available, then write the query and use these functions. Okay, use these functions and display that in the output. Okay, see, simple program I'm going to write. Okay, I'm taking some new file. Okay, like PHP starting script, and this one is the ending script. Okay, save this file in your server location. I'm going to save this file. Okay, like in EC we created one database folder, right, in the last class. Okay, here I'm going to save my file as, or like any name you can give. Array like array.php and giving. Okay. You can give any name. Okay. First, what you need to do, you need to connect with your server. Okay. To connect with your server, how you can connect? Snigdha3. Okay. How you can connect? We have one function is there, right? To connect with your database, MySQL. See, tell me, MySQL underscore connect. This function is used to connect with your database. Here you need to mention like server name is the local host. You can take it as a variable or else you can directly pass here. Okay. And root is the user and password is empty, right? Okay. It will connect with your server first. Okay. After connecting to your server, you need to select your database, right? Okay. MySQL underscore select function. Select DB. Okay. Which database you are going to select, that you need to mention here. Okay. We created one database. That database name is ECE, right? Okay. That database you need to select here. Okay. Just I have connected to the server, then I have selected the database. Okay. See this thing. I just connected to this database and I have selected the database. Okay. Then you need to write the query. Okay. Which query you are going to use? Select query. You are going to retrieve your total table data. Okay. That query you need to write. Okay. Like that I am going to take in a variable. Okay. Select star from table. The table name here it is student, right? Student. Okay. To execute this query, we used one like function, right? That function is MySQL underscore query. To execute any query in PHP file, we use this function. Okay. That query value you need to pass here. Okay. Your query is available within this variable. Okay. Simple. Okay. This total thing, whatever it is executed, the total thing I'm going to store in one variable, that is result variable. Okay, because I'm going to just I have written the query, I have executed this query. Okay, if I execute this query, what it will return? It will return this total table data, right? Total table data it will return. Okay, the total thing I'm going to store in a variable. Okay, present my total table data available within this result variable. Okay, I want to display this in the output. Okay, to display this in the output, we have these three functions. Okay, these three functions you can use. By using these three functions, you can display your table data in the output. Okay, first I will use any one function. Okay, we will go one by one. Okay, see, I'm going to write or like write the function. Just write that function MySQL underscore fetch associative array. First function I'm going to take. Okay. What this function will take, that result value, whatever the query you have executed, that executed query it will take. Okay. The total data available within this variable, right? That variable you need to pass here. Okay. Result value you need to pass. Okay. What this function will do, it will retrieve one row from your table. Okay, that you need to see. If I execute this function, what this function will do, it will return one row from your table. Okay, see, just I'm writing. Just observe here. See, observe here. This MySQL fetch associative function will take a result of your query. Okay, this is the result of your query, right? I have saved within this variable. Okay, that variable I am going to pass within this function. Okay, what this function will return? It will return one row from your table. Okay, if you want to retrieve total data, just I am repeating this loop. Okay, up to this query is executed, it will return that loop. I'm going to like print that in the output. Okay, how I can, okay, it is the associative array, right? Okay, based on the, here key is the, if you observe here, you need to pass key as the column name, and value it is going to retrieve. Based on this key, the value is going to retrieve. Okay, see, just I'm passing column name as the key, that is your column name is rule number. Okay, just I'm giving some space. Okay, it will like what it will print, it will print the like value which is available within this rule number column. Okay, I wanted to print all the like 4. What are the columns we have? I want to print all the 4 columns like name, marks, branch. Okay, here I'm going to print name. Okay, here I'm going to print branch, not branch here. Here marks. Okay, here I'm going to print branch. Okay, I will explain once again. You don't get confused. Okay, just I'm saving this file. Okay, I want to show this in the output actually. Okay, using PHP file. Okay, this function name is, sorry, this program name is array.php, which is saved in database folder. Okay, I'm going to retrieve this function, this file. Okay, in ECU, I created one folder like database basic. Okay, there my file is array.php. Okay, see, you can see here I have retrieved my data and I showed in the output. You can observe here. Okay, up to here, or like first column. Okay, just I will give one break statement, then it will display in the next line. Okay, because it is showing in the single line, right? Okay, what I will do, okay, after this statement, not here, where we need to write, this 20. Then here I will write one break statement. We will see whether it is work or not. Okay, here I am just writing one break statement. Okay, now I refresh this page. Directly it is not possible. You going to write within the echo statement. Echo. Okay. Now you can see it is retrieved 3 rows. Okay. In the first row, this is the first column. This is the second column, third column, and fourth column. Okay. In this way, this function will like print your table data in the output. Okay, what we did, just I have connected to the server first. Okay, you know this process. In the previous classes we have seen this. Okay, then I have selected the database. Okay, after selecting your database, I'm going to write the query. Okay, by using select query, I'm going to retrieve total data. Okay, then I'm printing that, I'm just executing that query. Okay, by using MySQL underscore query. Okay, you need to remember all these functions. First one is the MySQL underscore connect function, then select DB, execute query. Okay, these 3 compulsory for every program. Okay, then I'm going to display retrieve. I'm going to display whatever the query it is giving as a result, that I'm going to print in the output. How you can, by using these functions. Okay, MySQL underscore fetch associative. It is the first function. One is instead of associative, you can mention here row. Okay, I will explain the difference between these functions. Okay, the three functions we use to retrieve the data from the to display the data in the output. Okay, database output. Okay, see, just I'm taking this function. What this function will return? A row. Okay, that I'm storing in a single variable. Okay, the first column I'm going to print, then second column, and third column, fourth column. Just pass the actually why we are calling this it is an associative means internally the data is going to store in the form of associative array. Okay, if you know that concept, associative array concept, then you will get clear idea here. Okay, we have three types of arrays like indexed arrays, associative arrays, like multi-dimensional arrays. Okay, in indexed arrays, the array elements are stored in the form of index, numeric index, means it starts from 0, 1, 2, 3 like that. Okay, in associative array, array elements are stored in the form of key value pairs. Here key is the or like either character type or string type. Okay, here we are taking the string, right? This is the key. The value is going to retrieve from the database is the value. Okay, that we are going to print in the output. Okay, this is for example if it is a row. For example, here if you can see, it is a row. It is a numeric array. Okay, means here you need to mention like index values, that is 0. Same thing, but we will change the index value 1, 2. Okay, just I'm saving this file. Okay, if you can observe, if I refresh this page also, same values you will get. Okay, small difference. If it is a associative array, you need to mention like column name as the key, or else if it is a row, you need to mention index value is the key. Okay, 0, it starts from the 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, if it is a array, for example, one more function is there, right? It is a array. Okay, you can take anything, either key, either index value or column name. Okay, if I save this file, if I refresh this page also, it will give the same result. Okay, in this way, it is going to retrieve the data from the database, and it will display the data in the output by using these three functions. Okay, like MySQL underscore, MySQL fetch row, first function, then associative, then array. Okay, this is about working with PHP and arrays of data. Okay. The fifth thing, we have the last topic. I will just explain what is these giants. Okay, I will take how these giants, how we will write the like code for these giants. How we can join two tables with that simple. I will take two tables here. Okay, actually we have three types of giants only. Okay, simple giant, left giant, right giant. Okay, this giant you can directly call it inner giant. Okay, inner giant you can call it as simple giant, you can call it as inner giant. Okay, this left outer giant, right outer giant. Okay, basically we have three types only. Okay, I will show one by one. Okay, for that what I will do. Okay, actually in our EC database we have like tables. EMP one table, student one table is there. Just I will select the data, which data it has. Okay, I will write the code for that. First one is the student. I will write the one more query. I like select from like EMP. Like this also at a time you can select. You can write the two queries also. See now you can observe. In the student table, this data is there. In employee table, this data is there. Okay, I'm going to perform first one, like join operation. Okay, inner join I'm going to perform. How you can like select like start from student. Okay, write the join. Like we need to give the like second table. Second table is EMP. Okay, like on. I'm going to write name. Name equals to EMP name. Just observe what we will get. Okay. If it is a simple join, what happens? Wherever this condition is matched, name equals to EMP name means okay, in this student table, it will look for the name. Okay. In the same in the employee table also, it will look for the name. Wherever the both are matched. Okay. For example, if you can observe within the student table, you can observe student table like Ami is there and Virat is there. Here also Virat is there, Ami is there. Both are matched, right? Okay. It will join the two tables. Okay. Roll number, name, marks, match. This one table, and wherever it is joined, you can observe name field and EMP name are both are same. Okay. It will give the resultant table. Okay. See, simple. Join means it will just join the two tables and it will display in the output. But while joining, based on the match only. Okay, if you can see name equals to EMP, both names are equal, then only it will display that resultant data. For example, if it is a left join, okay, same query I'm writing here. Just I'm writing left join. Just I'm giving left only. You can observe. Okay, what happens now? Left to join only, right? Okay. Uh, here it is giving. Left to join, what we will do? Change some. Actually, in table one, we have only three rows only there. Okay, I will insert one more row into the student table. Okay, just I will show. In student table, we have three rows only, right? I will insert one more with some other name. Insert. To insert into table, we use this statement, right? Insert into student or like values. Okay, like 1007 I will take. I will give some other name. Then you can enter some marks, right? 40. Like lunch is like this in the single quote. Okay. See now, if you can see now, you can observe the difference. Okay. See, if it is a left join means the left side table will come total data it will retrieve. Okay, total data retrieved from the first table, student table. Four rows we have. It is retrieved 4 rows. Okay, in the right side, based on this condition, it will give the first results. Okay, if there is no data with this name, okay, in the fourth here you can see one more column is there, but in this table, in this employee table, there is no match with that name. Name means here with the name power there is no match. In that case, it will give null value. Okay, left join means left side table will retrieve total. Right side it will give, if the match is not found, it will give null value. For example, if it is a right join, okay, just observe the difference. Okay, it will give the right side table, means like here here employee table. Okay, here it will give the employee table total data, okay, all the names, but left side it will give the match values, but if there is no match with the name Satish, it will give the null values. Okay, now you can see difference between like left giant and right giant. Okay, see in the left giant, left side table data will retrieve total. If the match is not there in the right side table, it will give the null values. Okay, if it is the right giant, it will give the right side table total data. If there is no match found, it will give null values at the left side. Okay, if it is a giant, it will give total match. Okay, for example, if you observe, it is a simple giant, it will give only match values. Okay, there is no null values. Okay, here the name is there, here the same names are there, the exact match will return. Okay, this is about simple giants concept. Okay, that's all for today. Okay, we will see some other topics in the next class. Okay, better to, if you have any doubts, better to like keep I will give some time for your for asking your questions. Okay, in that time you can we can clarify. Okay, because it is a 40 minutes limit, that's why it is going to disconnect. Okay, guys.